Shabbat Shalom, everybody in Christ's body.
Call the Sabbath the delight, the holy of thy power, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own word. 14, then shall take thy sin, thy power, and I will cause thee to ride on the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of thy power hath spoken it.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, a long time we had felt from this covenant.
I never think I was going to see you again.
We didn't even know this Sabbath was on.
We back. Tell him we back.
Same old Sabbath.
Same one.
Same old Sabbath.
Yeah.
It's good to see you anyway.
Happy Sabbath.
Yeah. Early Friday, preparation day. You know how we do. At the cashier trying to beat that moon. My Sabbath day love. That's the sign between him and us. Turn into what I took for this day. Breaking news, it's not Sunday. They've been lying to you with your church, and I got 3 words for you, it's gonna hurt. Ain't nobody get no Romans that right to change this day from Friday night to Saturday night. Guess I don't know what forever mean. Keep it holy, gotta keep it clean. A day of rest, a day of peace. We don't fast this day of peace. I gotta seal the platter, feeling like a king. A bunch of cheese and sandwiches, fruits and that. 6 days, shall I do thy work, 7 days, set apart for the Lord, the 7th day. Gather the assembly and do not thine own pleasure on the 7th day.
On the Sabbath day.
7th day.
The Hawaza.
7th day. On the 7th day. Yeah. I follow that law, yeah, follow that letter. Shabbat Shalom, I ain't never felt better. Up early in the morning, watching my elder. Already know what he gonna say, he gonna tell him. Might go to Lisa's or go to Sawan's. Might post up 100 deep at the park, double dipping in the macaroni. Big piece of cake, pile it on me. Now watch out now, let me get to my seat. Eat. North Cali down this week, chopping it up with Deep Skin Lucas, huddled up in a circle with Deep Skin Chewing. Now the sun tucking back over that hill, back to the work, family, it's been real. Father willing, it'll be more time to spend. Can't wait till the next time we can get it in on the 7th day. 6 days, shall I do thy work, 7 days, set apart for the Lord, the 7th day. Gather the assembly and do not thine own pleasure on the 7th day. 6 days, shall I do thy work, 7 days, set apart for the Lord, the 7th day. Gather the assembly and do not thine own pleasure on the 7th day.
There's never any question. It ain't never no question. Sabbath to Sabbath. 7 to 7. What is it, leap year?
7th day.
I don't know. No daylight savings time.
7th day.
No lunar calendar, no moon calculations, none
On
of
the
that.
7th day.
7 to 7. Yeah, Enoch style. Yeah.
I cut sham your shot, I fight, cut my shot, 7th day.
Oh, praise to the Most High. You gotta interpretate scripture with scripture, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Let's hop in the book, Exodus 20 and 11. For in 6 days thy power made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore thy power blessed the 7th day, and hallowed it. Nah, he rested on Sunday. And blessed the 7th day. Wherefore thy power blessed the 7th day, and hallowed it. Nah, he did it by the moon. And he rested the 7th day. Wherefore thy power blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. He rested the Sabbath day, which is the 7th day. Sunday is the first day of the week. Open any calendar Tell me what that last day is. Exodus 20 and 9 through 10. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. 10, but the seventh day is the Sabbath unto the Most High thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate. Well, I don't have to follow any Sabbath. Jesus Christ is my Sabbath, and I worship every day. Well, you can't spend no money no day of the week then. You can't sell nothing no day of the week then. You can't go to work no day of the week then if every day is your Sabbath. Did you know Christ followed the Sabbath himself? St. Luke 4:16. And he came to Nazareth where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. On the what? And stood up for to read. So how you gonna say you following Christ and not keep the Sabbath that he kept? Do you know what perpetual means? Exodus 31. Let's get it. Exodus 31:16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generation for a perpetual covenant. A perpetual covenant. That means a never-ending, unchanging covenant. Yeshua said he came not to destroy the law of the prophet. If you ain't following the Sabbath, then you ain't following him. St. John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice and I know them and they follow me. If you ain't doing what he's saying, you ain't following him. He addressed the kind of servant that's looking to obey these commandments. St. Luke 6:46. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? He said not a jot or tittle, so let no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. The Sabbath is perpetual. Let's get out of here, Akim. Exodus 31:13. Speak thou also to the children of Israel, saying, verily my Sabbath ye shall keep, for it is the sign between me and you throughout your generation, that ye may know that I am the Most High your power, which does sanctify you. Sanctify means separate. It's the Sabbath to separate. Bang, 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 bang.
Let's sing it together.
Never. Never. It won't do. Nah, it won't do. Shabbat shalom to the mom. Pet you. Yeah, all the family out there. Pet you. Keep it on me. Pet you. Yeah. Pet you. Shabbat shalom to you all out there. Today, this Sabbath, let's talk about rewards. Let's talk about rewards this Sabbath, right? Because it is by that trigger that we are able to be led away from the master reward giver, right? Oh, when we want things, we all want things. I know you have things that you can think about right now that would make your life more better and pleasant and easier and things like this. According to Matthew 6, 31 through 34, the Most High knows that. But guess who else knows it? His enemy, Hashatan, right? The adversary, he knows that too. And there's people in the earth
And they'll offer rewards too. And they're set up to do that. They do something for you. They do something for your senses. Different rewards. You know, they have many carrots. They have many carrots that they're able to dangle on a string, right? Who does this? His enemies. His enemies do that. And his enemies, they come in many forms. He has some obvious ones, and he has some other enemies. They're not so obvious. There is even some who they come in his name. And they speak his words. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about a Mason, right? Nothing is off limits to those guys, y'all. It's a lot going on in the earth, man. It's a lot going on in the earth. And we see these guys, they're obvious, you know. Different Caucasian ministers and things of this nature. You look at these guys, they look like they up to something, right? Okay. Now, tell all of their followers that, right? All of them thousands of people who pack their venues, things of this nature. You can't tell those people that it's something wrong with their leaders, can you? Good luck with that. They ain't trying to hear it. Right? And it has a lot to do with who comes and tells you. Who comes and tells you? And that's who often the Most High sends his message through. It's somebody who is not your ideal person. Why? So that you would have to humble yourself to hear who's bringing his message. See what I'm saying? But you have these folks, right? And they're able to play on that reward hormone of yours. That hormone that desires to be rewarded. And you get it from a lot of things, guys. Oh, this devil is playing on a level, man, that you better get with it. He's using that. That's also the reason why you can't give up certain foods that you like, because it's triggering that reward hormone, right? We have to really learn to refuse some things and do without or find better alternatives.
all the way across the board. Can y'all see that? Chocolate does it. Guess what else does it? Drugs. Drugs do it. Sex do it. Right? All of these things that Satan loves to use. And we gotta start making it a little bit harder for him to reach us and to have his way with us, right? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's start this thing over. I just hit my record button. Shalom, I am. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see y'all. Right? Let's look at some of these scriptures. Let's dive in the book on the Sabbath. Blessed to see everybody. Glad we can make it before this screen today. Colossians 3 and 23 through 24. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. 24. Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance. Right? For ye serve the Lord Christ. So how do we do that, y'all? It just told us. Whatsoever you do, whatever you do, do it hardly, do it to the best of your ability, right? As to the Lord, because you're doing that to the Father, right? You're doing that to the Father, for the Father, and not unto men. You're not doing it for men. Men ain't the one who have the reward for you. It's for the Most High. And it so 24, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward, y'all, of the inheritance. What about that reward? There should not be no reward above that reward, right? For ye serve Christ. It's a precept that say, if I please men, I should not be a servant of Christ, right? Christ is our master. It's his reward that we want. There's going to be men in the earth that can reward you too. You don't think that the Most High is going to set them up before you to see if you choose him? Right? We got to start choosing the Father above every other reward, y'all. I would never do that. I would never put a reward before you that you would have to choose it or him. Right? But there are people that he allowed that to happen. And if you can't see this clearly, you won't even care about this. Right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm alerting you. Right? I see that reward being used in the earth constantly. Some other reward. Everybody's going to do it. Your school is going to do it. Your job is going to do it. Right? The government is going to do it. The cops are going to do everybody. They're all trying to make you roll over on the Most High and your belief in Him. Right? And when the rewards don't work, they start using threats. They start using threats, right? And they get more and more aggressive as time goes. But His reward is the only reward we're after, right? Whatsoever you do it heartily, do it to the best of your ability, as to the Lord, because it's for the Most High and not for men. It's not for men. It's not for men. Why is it telling us that? Because that's who's going to try to come with another reward, right? 24, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward. What kind of reward? Of the inheritance, what you shall inherit. Well, who shall inherit the earth? The meek. So you see that? And who do men push things on? They push things on the meek. I'm not here to push nothing on the meek. I am the meek, right? I'm the meek. I will always be the meek, right? I'm the one that's coming from among the folks. I'm the one that the folks watch grow from among them. I'm among you. I've been with you, right? I didn't pop out of nowhere, you know, some guy you never heard of, never seen, don't know where he been for the past 17 years, right? You knew me. You watched me come in new, right? Yeah. I ain't no UFO, you know what I'm saying? An unidentified object, flying object, right? I didn't fly out of nowhere. I'm your brother Bronze, right? You didn't meet me as no leader, right? All praise to the Most High. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him, right? There's faith wound up in that reward. See what I'm saying? You won't please the Most High without faith. And without faith, right, you won't get that reward. You won't work to that reward. Someone's going to step in between you and that reward. You might be strong today, but who's to say how long you're going to stay that strong? Things are going to arise. And what we have to do is kill our desire for everything outside of this reward, right? This reward here. For he that cometh to God must believe that He is. You got to believe that He exists, right? And what's part of His existence for us? And that He is a rewarder. Bing, 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 right? He's a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So it's like you playing hide and seek, and he running, and he ducking, and he hiding, but he is findable. And when you find him, you got me. All right, you got me. And then what he gonna do? He gonna reward you, right? Oh, he gonna reward you. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know, fam. Right? Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary of well doing. That's all of the things of the faith, right? That's all of the things that you do when you have faith. Well doing, right? Well doing to each other. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. All of those good things, right? For in due season we shall reap. There go that reward. That's the reward right there.
That's what we're reaping, right? In that due season is that reward, right? But under one circumstance, and that's if what? If we faint not, if we don't give up. So you can't give up, right? That's a whole chapter of Matthew 6 right there. We'll go into that if we have time, right? Because that breaks it down, right? That's another chapter. Y'all know when we read a whole chapter, we get it end up as charity, right? It sums up charity, right? It sums it up every time, right? These little pieces and parts, alms, right? They lead it to, but when you read the whole chapter, it really brings it home, right? On what this whole book is about. Luke 12 and 33 through 34. Sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourself bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not. There's the reward, right? Where no thief approach, neither moth corrupt. 34. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So if you put your heart into a thing and you perish, that thing ain't got no reward for you. It was the reward. You enjoyed it while you lived, right? And that's what the lust of the flesh, right? And the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, that's what all of that is. That's why that's telling you not to love those things, right? Because those things have nowhere to house your spirit. You know, when you pass off, when you lose this flesh. So we have to be careful with these other rewards in this earth, fam. And it's a lot of them. They're everywhere, right? We got to be aware of this, and we got to move that stuff out of our way so that when we talk to the Most High, he responds. How many of y'all have been praying a prayer and it hasn't come true yet, and you are wondering what is going on, right? Now, this is what I'm trying to help you do. I'm trying to help you get in good with the Father, right? So that when you pray, you get what you pray for. Or you at least understand why you're not getting it, right? Why it's not coming. And a lot of the times when you understand why it's not coming, you're okay with that. And it's not so painfully to do the things that you got to do, right? To reap the rewards from him that you're looking for. And the more you learn as well, the more you learn, it's like, whoa, of course he's not going to give me that because of this, that, and the other, right? You'll understand the reason why it wasn't coming. He told us we ask amiss, right? That means we ask wrong. Maybe we're asking for the wrong thing. Maybe we're asking for the wrong thing in the wrong time, right? Maybe we're asking for something that can harm us or somebody else. Maybe we don't know what we're asking for, and he's holding it back because he's like, man, you don't really want that. Or maybe it's a sin, right? We got to know what we're asking for when we got to know how to ask. Otherwise, we're asking amiss. But check this out. Sell that ye have. What you have, sell it and give alms, right? Provide yourself bags which wax not old, right? These bags, They don't wax old. Because where are they? A treasure in the heavens, right? That fail not. They'll never fail. Put it there. Put your arms there. Elms, however you pronounce that, however you choose to pronounce it. I've heard it said both ways. Elms. A lot of us, whenever we see an A, we just go straight to the A sound. That's cool. Oh, we get so religious. It's arms. Ah, right? Relax out there, right? Let's not be religious. Con? But yeah. Bickering back and forth. We running out of time for that kind of stuff. You know, we got a bunny hop, boom. We got to hit that like a bump in the road, boom, and just go right on over that, right? Yeah. That stuff keep us from the Father, right? Arguing over semantics and choice words and pronunciations, and you know what I mean? Oh man, that's so religious. Do you know what the brother talking about or the sister? Okay, let's, you know. A treasure in the heavens that faileth not. That's what's going to get you there, right? That's what's going to get you to that reward that don't fail. Let's cut out all the child's play, y'all. This stuff, it's getting in the way of you and your salvation. It has the power to totally interrupt your whole purpose of life. What? Nothing but just all of this bickering back and forth, getting into it, right? How we treat each other, how we look at each other, that'll make your heart dark and you won't be able to receive what you need to receive, right? To conquer the earth and overcome it and get above it and get to safety, right? Why am I talking about that? 34, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Is your heart there? Because in how many ways are you wrong? How many ways are you wrong? Right? If it matters to you and you bring it down of another, then it's going to, when it comes to you, that's going to matter to the Most High in Christ, and they're going to bring that down on your head, right? That's why the scripture tells us, blessed are the merciful, right? For they shall receive mercy. Who gonna receive mercy? The ones who was given some, right? That's what we talking about today, baby. We talking about the reward, right? Not nobody else's reward, not no earthly reward. We're talking about the reward of the Father. And it really does start while you're living. You don't have to die for the Most High to start flooding you with his rewards. Con? Yes. Right? 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 17 through 19. Charge them that are rich in this world, right? Charge them. Charge them with what? That they be not high-minded, right? Nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy, right? What about the things that, he gave us naturally? He gave us the earth, wind, water. We're not supposed to be paying for this stuff, right? So it told us to charge them, right, that are rich in this world. Is that not what that says? We reading the same book, right? Charge them. That means get in their face. That means encroach them, right? To charge, if somebody charges you, they upbraided you. They got you cornered if you charged. Charge them that are rich in this world. Why? That they be not high-minded. Bring them down. Yeah, you got your paper, but guess what? Right? That means ruin their right to be conceited about their money, right? That's what it means that they be not high-minded, right? Bring them down, lower their mind out of the clouds, right? Yes, yes, yes. 18, that they do good, that they be rich in good works. That's when you're rich. The money don't make you rich. What you doing with the money, right? Ready to dispute, willing to communication, right? Oh, so ready to distribute, willing to communication. So ready to distribute, you're ready to give it out, right? You're ready to put it where it's needed. Willing to communicate, so you're listening for what is needed. You're listening for that, right? That means the poor is able to talk to you. You're listening to their needs, right? 19, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're putting it forward, because they're looking forward to the time to come, right? They're trying to have a good foundation, right? In that, right? Because the day is gonna come where they at the Father, like, Father, please. And the Father is like, well, hold on a second. What did you do for mine? Oh, you did. You looked out. You did a lot, right? You did a lot. And that's how you have a good foundation against the time to come, right? At the end is coming, baby, right? That ye may lay hold on eternal life, that you may lay hold, that you may grip and reach and grasp eternal life, right? Psalm 37:4, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. That's the reward we want, right? That we delight ourselves in the Lord. Who does he love? He said, I love them that love me, right? And those who seek me early shall find me. If you find the Most High, you have found everything. He created everything, and he's going to create other things. So when you find him, you have the other worlds that he's creating, right? You'll always be in good with him. This earth ain't nothing, y'all. He's going to make another one of these, and he's going to make other realms, right? It's a lot of realms already out there. Ask me how I know, right? First Corinthians, right? First Corinthians chapter 3, verses 12 through 5. Verse 12 says, now if any man build upon the foundation of gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, if he build upon those things, give me some more, right? 13, every man's work shall be made manifest. So if your work was in gold, silver, precious stones, your work was in those things, then that's all we're going to see. Because that's what you're going to be made out of. And that's what we can identify with, is what flooded you, right? What meant the most to you? Oh, man.
everything physical, it has a spiritual form, right? This flesh and this earth is, this is what we see here. But when we lose this, we become our emotions, right? We become our emotions. They're invisible. You can't see them here. But when you get on that other side, you can see yourself. And your atmosphere is going to match what you are. So you're going where everybody was greedy for gold and silver and precious stones and wood and hay. And you know what I'm saying? What is this? All stuff we farm for, right? Wood, hay, baling hay, right? We grow that big old field. We let it lose its color, and then we knock it down. We bale it up, That's farming, y'all. You see that? Crops. Well, what about the gold and the silver? Yeah, we go on the ground for that stuff and mine that stuff out and accumulate it, right? And then we take it and we melt it and we make it pure. We burn all the dirt out of it, right? And then we have right? It's easier to get that hay than it is to get that gold and that silver, right? What about that wood? Man, that's how you make money. They're able to chop a tree down, right? Skin all the branches off of it, all the bark and all the stuff, and then they break down that wood and they make stuff with it. Or they sell it to people who want to make stuff with it. That's money, right? So if you get your foundation in those things, and those things are more important than your salvation, how you know that stuff is more important than your salvation? Because you accumulated that and you didn't give it up. You didn't give none up, right? Or you didn't give enough up. He ain't going for just a little chunk. He ain't going for that. No, you got to really put some weight in there, right? That stuff can't be more important than your salvation. This whole book is telling us charity, y'all. Charity. That's what this is about. That's how you reap as you give, right? So now, if any man build upon this foundation, silver, or this foundation, what foundation? Gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, right? What day? The end day, right? Because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. So the Most High gonna attack that stuff, and what you gonna do, right? What you gonna do when he attacks that stuff? Are you still gonna stand a man and let it go, or are you gonna become crooked to keep that stuff? And that's what you guys seen a lot of men do. They became crooked because they didn't want to let go of what they had built up. So with their fear of losing what they had built up, they became crooked, right? It was already crooked, and the Most High was just bringing it to a head before all of our faces. It works that way too, right? But yeah, that was it being made manifest, because it been happened behind closed doors, right? Brothers rolled over on the Most High and rolled over on this life of truth, rolled over on Christ and all of that, right? 14, if any man's work abide, which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. So we just read what that reward is, didn't we? Back here, right?
the reward that it don't spoil, right? The reward that don't spoil, right? A treasure in the heavens that faileth not. That reward, that's the only one. That's the only one that ain't gonna go bad, right? So when it's telling you about the reward that's gonna last, it ain't this stuff. It ain't gold and silver. It's not that, right? If any man's work abide, which lived, that's what it means to abide. It means to live, right? It's a place of living, right? To go forward, to not be destroyed is what it means to abide, right? It means to exist, right? If any man's work abide, which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. There it is. 15. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. That's how he is going to be saved. That's what he's going to be saved from, is fire, right? But if any man's work shall be burned, so if you lose your work, right, he shall suffer loss. Then he suffered that loss. Oh, it's gone, right? But nah, these brothers want to start switching up and rolling over on the gospel to keep this stuff. And if they do that, then what? But he himself shall be saved. Nah, no, he shall not. He gonna burn with his stuff that he didn't want to let go, right? Yeah, that's so, right? Yes, so, yet so as by fire. That fire gonna burn him and his work. Or he can let his work go and it'll burn just his work, right? And I burned my work, y'all. I had to make a choice. I had to let that stuff go, right? I would still be trapped in the prior life right now. I got to keep this because I got to keep that, and I got to put up with this because I walked away from all that stuff. So what, right? We're going to go all the way down to zero, and then we're going to build it back, right? In the Most High's name, ain't it? Yes, 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 yes. Ooh. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to show y'all, right? Or, matter of fact, there's a portion of you, I'm not showing you nothing because we're showing each other and we're building back stronger with each other, right? All praise to the Most High. Ephesians 6 and 8, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, right? So whatever you do, fam, whatever you do, don't see it as something that you just doing. The Most High is a rewarder. Everything you do that he owe you for, he's going to pay you, and he don't even really owe you, right? At the end of the day, I feel a little funny saying the Most High owe me something, right? Every day I breathe was a gift. How can we give that back? Especially with what he has shown me now and then put me back here, right? That's crazy that I'm back here with what I know and with what I seen. This ain't supposed to be. I was supposed to keep on going, right?
It's such a cold thing. He got me walking around this earth with what I'm walking around with. I feel crazy every day, right? How he owe me? He don't owe me nothing. I'm a servant forever, and nothing has to come of that. Why? Because now I can understand so much more clearly now that our reward ain't in this earth, y'all. It's not here. We have little things here that we enjoy, yeah, but that ain't the reward, right? That's just he just gave us that, and that's why, uh, we got to do the right thing with everything that he gives us, so that he don't kill us, right? Because of what we did here. Don't let this earth kill you, y'all. Stay in good with your father, last through this earth, and still have your father on your side when you come out of this earth, fam. Ask me how I know, right? Do not let this place uh, anger him at you, right? Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man does, oh, it ain't gonna matter if any man, me, yeah, you, right? Any man, any woman, do good. Be good to your husband first and foremost. If you're not married, sister, get married. Because that's why you came into this existence, is for a man. You will never be satisfied the way you need to be satisfied if you don't ever get with a man. That was your purpose. That was why Eve came into this existence. Can you do without a man? Yeah. You know, you can. But I mean, why would you want to? You know, get with a man, fulfill that purpose of family, right? A marriage is most high, Christ, man, woman, child, right? All of that in between is the marriage. So why would you just want to be a woman? If you're a man, get with a woman, have children, raise your children in the Most High in Christ, right? I don't reckon a man be alone either, right? I'd rather it be a family. I'd rather it be a whole family in Christ, right? Than to just be a man, right? Unless you're going to be as Paul, right? As John the Revelator, they didn't have families. They went hard for the Most High. They went hard for the Most High alone. And they held back any type of a sexual life. But hey, if you already had kids, you can't do that. It's some brothers trying to do that, and it's like, brother, you already got kids. You can't leave a woman and some kids to go do that. That's worse than an infidel. Right? So, yeah. Any man, any woman, women, do good. Right? That's going to determine what kind of man you get. A lot of women are like, man, I prayed and this, did all this, did that good, did this, right? And then the Most High sent me this man. You got to be able to honestly look at your actions. Because the Most High, he does that too. He sends us a lot of placebos, right? And that's a fake version, right? And it's like we deserve that because it was, you know, if we play with him, he gonna play with us. If we give him fake worship, he gonna build us a fake life, right? And if our worship remain fake, then that light gonna remain fake. And that's what happens. Things start happening in your heart and you start becoming true. And then he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, your life is fake. Right? That congregation that you got there, right? I'm very angry with this congregation, right? You better get off away from them. He started just sending you stuff like that, you know. Could do that with your marriage too, you know. That guy that you gained, right? That husband or wife that you with, right? How will you know if you should go anywhere? Because they're going to leave you. Never, never leave a marriage. Make them leave, right? I have some stories like that. It's some husbands and wives that, man, they was real cold to each other. And then they ran off on each other, right? One ran off on the other and just doing so cruel of things to the other, right? And they're asking me, like, would the Most High send me something like that? Like, with, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah, that didn't come from the Most High. The Most High didn't send you that. You winded up with that. But what the Most High is trying to do when he takes anything from you, he's trying to give you something better. He had something else in mind when you ran off, right, on your own tangent and you winded up. But don't move. That going on with us. We move too much. If you move, you're going after what you want and you're going to mess up again, right? The things I do, they come natural. I don't move for anything that I receive. It naturally happens. Things fall apart. I look and there ain't nothing I can do about it. And then something else comes, right? Now, when you look up and that man and that woman don't want you no more, right? That's what 1 Corinthians 7 say. If they desire not to dwell with you, then you are no longer, right? Then you are no longer obligated to the law of marriage. So let things happen naturally. If the Most High don't want something in your life, he will get rid of it. He'll get rid of it. Right? I was told what to do according to the church where I came from. I wouldn't have never went nowhere. We can't count that. Don't look at that and count that because I know y'all looking at like, well, you looked at you. No, I didn't. Right? Man, that was horrible. That was a hard thing to do, y'all. I started talking, and I guess they got mad at what I was saying. Right? You go back to about that 9th, 10th, 11th video, yeah, I had to tell the truth. I wasn't going to hold the truth back. I wasn't going to lie for anybody. So yeah, I said some things that got up under skin, and then that's what brought brothers on me, but they couldn't come according to that, you know, because that was the truth. They can't challenge the truth, so they had to make some stuff up. But I don't even want to get into that. This ain't about that. It has nothing to do with that. But that's because I know what y'all looking at me saying and thinking and things like that. No, I'm not a hypocrite. I mean everything I'm saying, right? Anything you see me doing, I did not plan. Brunity wasn't planned. We was making music, and that's who was there, right? I didn't go scouting them brothers, right? That's who showed up and put in the work. When I didn't have work, they had work, right? That could have been anybody. Y'all saw me made music with a whole bunch of people, right? That didn't never have to stop. You could have kept seeing all of them people, right? Other things became more important in their life. But everything I do is organic. And I always been like that. Since I've been in the truth, I understand the power of the Most High, right? And he understand the power of us. Watch this. Jeremiah 17:10, it says, I, the Lord, search the heart. He search our heart. So we can't just tell him we love him. He searches the heart. He know if we love him or not. It is good to utter it, but it's better to mean it. Because he's going to go in there, he's going to look at your heart and see. He searches the heart. He's going to see if them words line up with that heart. Right? I tried the reins. What is the rein? The guts. So what guts do you have, right? Oh, when you do something outlandish, that's what they say. You got guts, right? He tries that. What wild thing are you able to or willing to jump out the window and do for the sake of the Most High? Because he's trying that. If your guts are simmered down and you won't move for the Most High in Christ, he has no delight in you, right? And that's why if you got guts for the Most High, because he's trying the reins, if you have a reins for the Most High, I tried the guts, right? If you got guts for the Most High, hit you a corner tomorrow and preach. And yell at the public in the name of Christ, right? Film it if you a true brew. And send it so that we could keep these back on the blocks coming, right? Put that word back on the block the way it was in Jerusalem, right? The way we taught at the heads of the streets. Bring that back, right? Make street teaching great again. If you got guts, do that. If you got guts, open the door for somebody, right? That's your example. That's who you have. That's who you make your example out of. Because that's who Christ made his example out of. Sinners, right? People who didn't really deserve it. And that's what we should be doing, right? Yes, yes, yes. People who don't deserve it. The people who you look at and see. That's who. Right? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways. Right? So if you got any reason to complain right now, it's because you ain't doing the works. There is no way you're doing the works and he's not rewarding you. Right? Let's get after that reward. Right now, all these other people are rewarding you. They're sending you brochures in the mail. Oh, 50% off, right? That's a reward, right?
This is Satan, y'all. Systematically, this is Satan. He knows how to come at you from all of these other angles. Make sure you're getting the most highest reward, right? Ain't that who you serve? What about him? What about his reward? Right? And according to the fruit of his doings. What fruit? The fruit is the end of a thing, right? So if you would be doing something, you will be reaching the end of doing something. The end of something is there's fruit. There's fruit at the end. There's fruit at the end. And everything in life, everything in this world is according to how we farm and get fruit. That's what this is about. Plant vineyards, right? New beginnings. Oh, you plant a seed in the dirt. You don't know if it's ever going to give you anything back. But you water it. You water it and nuts coming and water. And then one day, pew, something pop out the ground. Pink. Right? Oh, you keep the water coming. You keep the water, right? And then it starts doing this. And then it just stretches out and grows. And then someday you got a big bush that's giving you fruit, right? Now, when you finally pick that first fruit and bite it, now you have the fruit of that thing. And this whole life is like that. Childbirth is like that and everything. Working the same way. Every work you do, your sin is like that. First you did it, oh, big deal, I did it. Nothing's happened, I'm not dead, right? That's how he fooled Adam and Eve, right? You will not surely die. And they bit it, and I know they was confused, right? And confounded and everything, and conflicted, like, did God lie to us? He said we would die. This fruit is good, huh? Get another one. Gave one to Adam. Well, I guess, well, yeah, I see you chomping away. Right? His rewards, they're false. The Most High, he has the real reward for us. Right? And what is he searching? Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the heart. How your heart doing? 1 Corinthians chapter 13, right? That's where you get your heart from. Y'all see that? I tried the reins. I try your guts. I know what kind of guts you got in your stomach, right? I know what you're willing to do and not do, right? I know what you feel. The heart, I know what you feel in your heart. Now, what you feel in your heart, it encourages something to happen, right? It encourages you to do something. And what is that when you do the thing? That's the guts you have. Everybody's going to feel something. Not everybody's going to have the guts to jump out the window on blind faith, right? Even to give every man according to his ways. So when you feel it in your heart and you react with your guts, he's going to reward you according to what you had the guts to do. That's faith and works, y'all. This is a precept of that. Faith and works. Faith don't mean nothing. Having a heart, it don't mean nothing. That's the faith. That's your belief. It don't mean nothing without them guts to do work, right? Yes. Is it becoming clear to you? And for what? What is the fruit of that? Oh, wound up in that, you better believe it's charitable. It's somebody else that didn't do nothing, sitting somewhere, wasn't expecting it, and then here come you, wow, like, oh man, I'm blessed, right? I have been blessed by this person's what? Guts. This person's actions. This person's works, right? That's how we be like our Father.
That's the same way we woke up out of our mama, like, oh, look at this, a big old world, right? We learn how to crawl. We crawling through the house, getting into stuff. Stop, put that down, right? That's the law. We still got that as adults. That's the law. Stay away from that. Don't touch that, right? Touch not the unclean thing, right? That was us as a baby crawling through the house, right? Touch the electric socket, rip the cord out the wall. Yeah, stop, hey. Knock over a glass, psh, a big glass of water, psh, right? Hey, what you doing? Don't touch that. It get your hand like this, right? That's the Most High. He slap us like that too. How we get slapped? We get into something we shouldn't be into. It don't work out well for us, right? It ends badly for us, don't it? Yeah. That's him popping your hand. Leave that on. Don't do that again. Right? Same thing. Rewards and punishments. That's all this is about. Right? And truthfully, we've been for a long time stuck in the cycle of punishments, y'all. Punishments. Ain't you tired of them punishments? I got tired of them punishments, man. I said, let me see what's good. I will see what is good. What is good for my life, right? Man, I got on that mission, y'all, a long time ago. A long time ago, I got on that mission, and let me show you something. I got on that mission, and all I got to say is this. Your brother, right? Your brother, y'all. I got on that mission. Man, I got on that mission so tough that let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick. I want to show you something. It looks like this. Kapow. That's all I got to say. Y'all see that? That's a realm, y'all. That's a pocket in space. And guess where it's located? Beneath the Most High's feet. The Most High stands on that, right? That is a perfect work of sapphire, as onto a sapphire stone, is what that is. What you're looking at right there. Right? And oh, if you see that, if you should lose your flesh and you go drifting into that, let me tell you, right? Exodus 24 and 10. Let's go there. Let's get us to this 24 and 10. Let me stop a moment real quick and just give it up to the realm, y'all. Let me just show you that reward one time. Show you that. And they saw, and who saw? Me and all of them other souls that was in that place. Right? Let me see if I could do something. I'm gonna attempt something. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna try it. Let's see if I could. If I could copy that. See if I could copy that. Put it on to here. Can I do that? If I convert it. Yeah, it let me do it. That's crazy. Wow. Y'all see that? All praises. You see that? I didn't know I could do that with this program. That's dope. I done found, y'all don't know what I done just found just now. That's nice. But check it out. And they saw, and who saw? All these souls right here. That's made up of souls. Those lights. Those lights. The further you come out of it by yourself, you turn blue. But the deeper you go in there, that cluster right there in the middle where it's bright, that's still us making that. That solidness, oh, when we come together, we shine like that. See, as we come out, we turn blue. And then we go all the way out. What about the dark areas right here? We're still there, right? That's just a tint or a reflection that we give off. But it souls all throughout that. And then it goes to where you can easily see that there are dots there, right? There's dots. Each of one of them dots is a soul, family. Who made it here? Through love, right? And they saw the God of Israel. I bet he pops down, because he's right up here. Up there, the next thing you hit is going to be the Most High's realm where he lives, where the Holy Spirit is, right? Where Christ is, where they sit on thrones, right? Surrounded by angels. That's where they are up there, right? Yes, 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 right? And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, where? Under his arm, under his feet, as it were a paved work. Where is that at? Kapow. He called that a paved work, right? As a paved work of a sapphire stone. Of a sapphire stone, y'all. That blue, that sapphire. Let's grab us a sapphire stone. Drop it in there too. Grab us a sapphire stone. Oh, there's one. There's one. Tell me this don't look like that. Oh my goodness. I love the Holy Spirit, man. I did not plan this, but check this out. Since it's letting me copy stuff and just paste it and stuff, that's crazy. I'm gonna put you right here. Kapow! Y'all see that? Don't that look like this? You see that white right there? You see that shine that's giving off? What about this part? This light blue. It's right here. You see all that light blue through there? As it gives off the different dimensions that it's showing you from, it turns a lighter blue, right? It turns from a lighter blue all the way to what? It gets dark. What's that dark blue? That dark blue, it's all out here, right? What about that dark stuff? Look at this. That it's almost like a navy blue, right? It looks black, right? You can mistake that for black there. You see that? What is that? That's all this out here. It's all that out there, right? This is like the work of a what? A sapphire stone, y'all. We are not supposed to be talking about this right now. We are not supposed to be talking about this right now, fam. Do you see what the Most High did for us in these last days? Right? What it say? And there was under his feet, as it were a paved work of a sapphire stone. Huh? As it were the body of heaven. Is what? Wait, where are we? As it were the body of heaven. The body, they're people. They're people. Huh? As it were the body of heaven. In his clearness, he revealed this. He's being clear in his clearness. It's a blessing that he grants this, right? This is in his clearness. He's done playing games when he shows you this. When he shows you that, right? As the work of a what? Sapphire stone. He's being what? Totally clear, right? He's revealing so much to you. This is not supposed to be in the earth. We are not supposed to be talking about this. We're supposed to be looking at this scripture, wondering what in the heaven is this talking about, right? What would y'all think if you read? What were we think? That's why you ain't never seen nobody bring this out. We don't know what this is. We do now. All praise to the Most High, whose name is a higher, right? Glory be unto him, right? But we were here. I, the Lord, searched the heart. I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit, the end of his doings, right? So your life is a depiction of all your work. And it showed us that when it showed we live a life and then we go into a Sabbath rest. How do we go into that proper rest? We keep the Sabbath. So it's broken up. How many Sabbaths do we have? How many weeks of work do we have? And then we end it with the Sabbath. If you keep that Sabbath correctly, you'll live a whole life and die and go into that rest properly. You see that? So it's the same thing with your works. You'll put together many works and you'll reach the end of it, and there's a reward there at the end of every work you do. Now, your life is a work. After you live your whole life, there's a reward at the end of that. That is fruit, family. Fruit is three things. It's fruit, it's the end. At the end, it's a reward. But we've also seen the Father call that end, you will receive the fruit, right, of something bad, right? Torments. Because you worked up for that. You got there, you went through a whole lot to end there, to get to the end of that fruit, right? And there's going to be either a pot of gold there or a hole there for you to just go on and just jump down and just go on and jump in your hole, right? Down the volcano, you go, right? You're going to look in it. It's going to look deep. It's going to be dark, but you're going to see some lava in there. And just go on and just jump down in there, right? That's what's at the end of your rainbow. What's the only way, y'all? What's the only way to change that outcome? Charity. Charity. You got to get your eyes off of your own problems and look at everybody else's problem. Not to bicker and complain and gossip and throw them under the bus, but be there for help. Right? How can I help? Jump in there with your hands, right? That's what you're doing when you buy a homeless, hungry person a sandwich. You're helping them with where they sit. And if you get into doing that, how much of that you think you're going to do before somebody comes out of somewhere and just helps you out of everything that you worried about? You see that? And that's all this life is about. Now, in the end of that, the Most High Christ will be there for you at the end of your life. You see that? Because you've been a merchant of charity. You've been given, things have been given to you. You've been given back. That's why he tries to have us tied. Because you got something, take the 10% off the top, right? Give that back. That's why he's having us do that. Oh, so when your heart stops and you conk out, he's pulling up. I was still here and felt it. Right? Oh, man. I was still here going through what I was going through. Cold sweat. Sweat running off of me, spinning. You ever been on a roller coaster ride? That's how it feel when your stomach come off from under you. Like you just, and you get high, and then you know how you just feel the bottom come off from under you, and you just, right? And you just drop. That's how it felt like somebody threw me off a building. That's right. And it's you're trying to breathe, and you can't breathe, right? And that's how it was, right? I was sitting up when it started, and it laid me out, and it's still just like, right? And then it got comfortable. It got real comfortable. That stopped, and I was just like chilling. And then it got warm. It was a warmth, and it just felt good, y'all. And that was that love. And I will never sleep on it again, y'all. Love is alive. Love is a spirit, and it is a strong spirit, y'all. It's strong. It's up there. It's very high, right? And it is a part of the Holy Spirit. It's her first attribute. It's her first attribute is love. Love is interchangeable for charity, is interchangeable for benevolence. It's what you feel for your child. It would never harm you, right? It will never harm you. It's only there to do good for you, right? Love, y'all. Benevolence. Okay, the agape. All praises to the Most High. That's what he felt for us, right? He said, "Man, I'm gonna make a man, and I'm gonna give him a big, beautiful earth, right? Oh, I'm gonna put mountains in it and springs of water and just beautiful green grass and just, you know, I'm gonna make this man and I'm gonna put him in a paradise." Now, what was there for him to decide to do that? We didn't do nothing. We didn't even exist. But he thought us up. What is that? Love. And he loved us, right? And then we start messing up and he found ways out of it for us. You see that? Glory be unto the Most High, right? Hebrews 13 and 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. Do good. Don't just do good and they don't know what's happening. Do good and explain. Make sure they know what you're doing and why and for who, right? But to do good and to communicate, forget not. Speak, y'all. So much is in words. That's why I'm live right now. Because there's so much in words, y'all. Faith come by hearing, right? Romans 10:17. Faith, a lot can come out of hearing. Just an open ear. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. With such sacrifices, it's a sacrifice. We don't always want to do it. This is saying do it. It's a sacrifice. Come out of your little shell that you got going. Right? Yes, yes, yes. It's a sacrifice. You're making a sacrifice to open up, to look like a fool and have everybody talk about you and go on and just easily, just openly, just cast their opinions on you and all that. You know, you ready to look like a great big fool for the Most High. Look like a fool for him, right? He looked like a fool for me, hanging up there, bleeding, right? One time for Yasha, right? You think he wanted to be up there in his drawers? He asked the Most High to let this cup pass from him, right? And the Most High was like, "Nah, you know, you got to do this for these people." And he was like, "Yeah, you right. You know, I got to do this." You know, they don't show us that part, but you know, it happened, right? It's in one of these books. The Vatican is miles long, y'all, and they got all our records up in there, right? They put the Bible out here to control us. They needed the Bible out here. Ain't nothing gonna match the Bible, right? But what they did do is they tried to make us stupid to everything that'll benefit us from the Bible. And they just tried to use all the bad parts to control us. Right? Nah, that's where they messed up. All right. They let our big brother King James, right? They let him do his thing. Shout out to the Tisdale Bible too, right? The 1924, right? The 1924. Oh, that's a whole. It's a lot like the King James, but he's going deeper in there. Or the 15. My fault. I said 19. The 1524. Right. Oh, he's going deep in there. Uh, I'll show you some stuff one day out of the ties there. The 1524. You know, the King James came in 1611. It's like 100 years, almost 100 years later. Before that, we had the ties there, and he didn't play around. He's saying he's saying blatantly in there what is for the black man. He's saying black man in there. So yeah, even in the KJV, they had to. You got to go into the Strongs and get what's being said. But that Strongs will tell you black man, right? You know, but you got to get into the Strongs and pulling that out, right? Acts 13:1, Christian means to be black. Christian is it's a condition of the skin that they're talking about, right? When they had their thing going, you know, in Europe, that's originally Japheth's land, right? When they chased Japheth in the corner and start taking over, they came out of them caves, right? And start chasing the Asians in the corner. And that's how they took Russia. And that's how they took the UK and all of that, right? And they had their thing going on up there. Now, when the disciples came, right, from Israel, and when they first laid eyes on them, they said, look at these Christians, right? Look at these Christians. And when they said Christians, it meant black. And it meant of Christ, right? It was connected to Christ. So everybody who looked like him, they hate. And that's where racism started, fam. So when you look today and you're a monkey and you're a nigger and all of this kind of stuff, and they treat us a certain way and all of that, Christ is entwined in that, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Now, that's a little short little history lesson of how things winded up the way they are today. But what is king of all? Charity. Charity. So when we love on them, how beautiful is that? And they love us back, and we love each other, and we have that, and none of this has meant anything to us. It didn't stop us from showing each other that charity. Oh, the devil has failed. Has he not? Oh, he's boiling. He hates that, right? Nah, he wants us fighting and bickering and don't. You know who does that? People who don't know nothing on both sides. On both sides. Guess who else is doing that? Blacks and Mexicans. You idiots. You have the same mother and father. Right? Jacob and Leah. Right? Same people, same folks. You going to California, what they gonna do? They gonna get a lowrider, tap, 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 right? They're gonna jump out, they're gonna have on some chucks, right? They're gonna have some creases and some khakis, right? Same thing. Then what they're gonna do, they're gonna walk over, they're gonna hug that woman. She's dressed the same. What they're gonna do, they're gonna get a beer in the other hand. They're going to roll up some weed. They doing the same stuff. They're going to go to the trunk. They're going to open it. There's going to be some hydraulics back there. They might have an AK to the side or something, right? They're going to walk in the house. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to kick them shoes off. They're gonna put on what? Some corduroy house shoes and some shorts, some long socks, right? Same thing. They're the same people, y'all, right? But that's where we misled at. We failed the same, and we shared the same neighborhoods after we failed. We're still in the same neighborhood, right? Now it's time to get righteous, and we're doing that, right? We're seeing each other as brothers again, a portion of us. And who do you think's going to do that? Everybody? No. At the end of this, the majority of black people still hate Mexicans, and the majority of Mexicans still hate black people, right? They're doing the same thing on the East Coast, right? He gonna have some Timbs on, right? It's about hip hop and this and that, right? They both spraying writing on walls, right? That whole era. They're over there arguing over who started that, right? You will never find the answer to that. Why? Because as soon as they rolled that towel out in the middle of the street and start spinning on it, some Puerto Ricans walked up and said, "Hey, what you guys got going?" Right? How do you prove that it was black people who was there 15 minutes early? Right? Nah. Ain't no way to prove that. Good luck, y'all. Good luck proving it. Yeah, with some brothers who came out and plugged that radio, plugged them speakers into the light post, right? Everywhere we at, we're there together, right? Same thing. Same folks. Israelites, right? The islanders, when they come up here up north, right? When they come up north, they do the same thing. They get in right in on it. Culture. All praise to the Most High. Culture, y'all. They're brothers. What is that? Love. But if you don't do the right thing with love, it turns into hate. And that's what we see in the earth. Everybody hates everybody. We even doing this now in this Hebrew community. We have found a camp, a reason to, oh yeah, they with them over there, right? Nah, that's still your brother. And what is it? You build a heart of hate. It's an unpleasant heart. Every time you see them other brothers from that other group, automatically something happens in here in the invisible realm. It's going to count that as hate. It's going to count that discomfort as hate, y'all. And all of these different pockets of groups are doing that to each other. So the love and the charity and what can I do for you? Right? That kills all of it. That makes me not an affiliate of anything, but an affiliate of helping you conquer your demons. Not only your demons, conquer the ways that you are uncomfortable, right? And to help put you on top of the things that bother you in this life. Y'all hear that? Now, where else can we get this message? Where else can we log in and they're talking about that? Drop the link in here. Or whenever you find the link, send it to Plant Vineyards 144 at gmail.com. Let me type that in here. Plant Vineyards, right? 144 gmail.com, right? You ain't gonna find it. Everybody has something out there that will stop them from teaching that message right there, from speaking those words. You ain't gonna find it. They all have a reason to be up in arms at each other, right? They have times where they choose not to speak about it. But even when they choose not to speak about it, you could bet that it's still in their heart. They're still feeling it, even if they don't speak it. Why? They haven't been here. That's why. They haven't been there, right? Because they don't know what this is, right? Because they're not over there teaching this, right? They're not going to bring out Exodus 24:10 on you. They don't know what that is, right? Just do that. Take them this. Take this Exodus 24:10 and go throughout all of the leaders in the earth and say, hey, what this mean? And see how they break it down. I'm curious to what they would say that is. Right? And all praises to the Most High for them and what they do and what they they stop us from robbing anybody. It was people getting robbed and killed. It was people on drugs. It was people doing all kinds of stuff, but it was their desire to want the Most High that led them on the path away from the sins that they were doing. Stop accrediting any man for that. Because the Most High says, that's it. That's over. Stop doing that. It's time for you to seek me. He puts that in our spirit and we go. And then all praise it to the Most High. These brothers are somewhere and they're speaking a message for us to latch on to in what we feel, right? And there's some of us who we didn't know nothing was going on, right? And we just stumbled on these brothers and we heard it, and then here comes the Spirit, right? All praise to the Most High. But, all praise to the Most High for the brothers being out there with a message. But what they don't understand is that we don't have it all. We see through a glass darkly, right? And then face to face. So they got to come to the face to face. They can't come to the face and look at themselves and do the right thing because they're still with the pieces and parts, and then they're projecting that on the earth, right? But when it's time for you to look at yourself and humble yourself and hear what the next brother got, they're unable to do that, right? Or else me and my message would have meant more to them. So what is that? Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the hearts. He's searching the heart. What do you have the heart to do, right? What's next? I tried the reins. The guts. What do you have the guts to do? Do you have the guts to say, okay, that brother Brian's over there in California, what is he talking about, right? Time to put all your junk to the side, whatever you feel about me, and at least just respect what I'm talking about, and add that into your repertoire and add that into your bosom and say, hey, we got a brother, he has seen some things, right? All praise to the Most High, and keep going your way and doing what but at least have a good heart towards it and be able to receive it. That's all, right? I don't want nothing from you. I I don't require your praise or nothing. But as we move forward, be able to move forward with what's being taught in the earth. And that's the same thing that happened with the GOCC when we came with the name Mahaya. A lot of people know that that was the truth. A lot of your leaders, and they went hard and they told you, man, forget them brothers over there. And they drummed up all of these teachings and all of this whole persona to have you not even be able to hear them brothers over there with the true name of the Most High, right? What was the problem there? Love. Love, y'all. That was the problem there, right? Charity, the giving, the free giving of something. What would it needed to been freely given? Their respect, their honor, right? Their honest ear and all of that, right? And not the separation, feeling separated, you know? Because if we feel separated, then everything you do represents you. And because I'm not a part of you, I can't be a part of that. But this knowledge is for everybody, y'all. So when the brother find the true name, you latch on to that. You know it makes the most sense. And all of that, right? You don't got to join up with brothers. You don't got to throw your banner down and then go be, no. Right. But, of course, I understand that. And you will understand, too, because we have other leaders. That front man that you looking at in all of these groups, that's not the leader. You want to see who the leaders are? Check their paperwork. Look at the business paperwork from them starting up, or if it's a nonprofit or whatever it is. Go to that panel, hurry up and do it now, because now that I'm telling you this, they're going to change that stuff. Go look at who is on their panels. Check their panels and dig into who these people on their panels are. And I guarantee you, you're going to take these names from these people and you're going to go look up these names and you're going to frown like, wow, why would they be on these people's paperwork? Okay, and that's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say nothing else. But who are you mixed up with? Who are they mixed up with, right? That part. Hebrews 13 and 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased. He's well pleased. And what do you think that means? If God is well pleased, what do you think that means? You think that's just it and you going to just still keep fighting with the stuff you fighting with and just having every reason just to be mad at the world and you done please him? No, your feelings are going to reflect what he's feeling. When he's pleased, you're going to be pleased. You're going to wake up and you're going to have no idea why everything is going your way that day. Right? Like, yikes, I just feel so good this morning. And everything's going to, things that you usually got to work at, you're going to tap it 2 times, bleep, bleep, pop, pop, and it's just going to fall in place. And you just like, wow, right? You're going to turn to your husband or wife and they're going to say, hey, baby, blah, 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 right? And you just like, whoa, right? Your kids going to run through and they're going to do something, right? Instead of you, hey, they're going to, whoa, like, man, I like that. Appreciate that. You're going to walk out the door. Everything is going to work perfect, right? You're going to get in your car. You're going to go about your day. That's peace, y'all. and you're just gonna feel good. Maybe you wake up and everything is going wrong, and you just still like, man, why is this not bothering me today? Right? Oh, it means nothing. Okay, I usually work at this once or twice and it falls into place. But today I gotta work 21 times, right? And it don't matter. You on part 19 and you just, oh, okay, that didn't work. Okay, let me, and your spirits is just high and nothing can bring them down, right? What is that? Psalms 119, verse 165 is what that is, right? Write that down. Go get that. Right? Psalms 119, verse 165. Come on. But we about at the end of the line of these scriptures that I pulled out randomly for us to look at according to the reward. Right? But do you think the Most High is going to be well pleased and you're not going to be? He's not that far. He's far, but he's not that far. He's close enough to us that when he feels something, he's going to transfer that to us and we're going to feel it too. When he's happy with us, we're happy with everything else. We're happy with the world in our life, right? That's what he means. He'll make even our enemies to be at peace with us, right? You ain't got no fight for them. They ain't got no fight for you. They don't always come chase you down and say, hey, brother, I love you, right? They don't always do that. But I've even had them do that. I've even had a few do that. Right? All glory to the Father. Revelations 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly. No, he going to take his time. Behold, watch. Pay attention is what behold means. Behold means, hey, look here, behold. Right? If it's a field of people working, everybody minding their business, and I say, hey, behold, that means everybody spin around, look at me, pay attention here, right? And behold, I come quickly. That's what we're going to see. When we spin around, that's Christ coming in the clouds. You know the story with all his angels coming on the clouds, right? Yeah. I come quickly. And what? And my reward is with me. Oh, he going to have that reward. It's going to be with him when he comes. He ain't going to tell us, no, we got to go. No, he going to have it with him, right? To give every man according to his work shall be. So whatever you deserve, he got it. It's going to be in his hand, right? So everybody who deserved that good reward, y'all come on. Woo, woo. Now we a unit. We won, right? We're all one. And then we have a problem. And that's the other half of his reward. That's a reward too. You earned it. You're well deserving of it, right? And then that's when we're going to get busy on them, right? Oh, we're going to get busy on y'all. The meek shall inherit the earth. Yeah, they was down. They was weak. They was stepped on while this earth was running. They're not going to be weak on this day right here. They're not going to be weak. They're not going to be meek that day. Oh, they're going to be standing with Christ, and you're going to have to deal with us. Especially you liars and slanderers and things like that. And what did you do? You was worrying about trapping people from getting on the right side of things. So you demonized the right side of things. And you were able to use tools that the righteous ain't able to use. Right? So all of them avenues they got to take to destroy the righteous got to just and suck it up and can't play their games and can't buy into a lot of the aspects that these other guys are able to use. We don't have money and all of that on our side. We don't have that. We don't have everything it takes to make things beautiful and believable. And all we got is this word right here. when we go into them scriptures, that's all we got, right? That's all we have, y'all, right? Right? And the Most High did that on purpose because he wants those who choose him to be pure-hearted. He don't want them choosing them just because, oh, there's a lot of money there or there's a lot of influence there. There's a whoa, look at all of these people, right? There's thousands and thousands of people there, right? The righteous don't got that. The righteous have this, the word of the Most High. And that's what the prophets were doing. They were walking to an edge of a city with their hands like this and just the garment on their back. And that's all they got. And then poop, words. Now, if you're thirsty for them words and you hear them, oh, and you run and you change your life, you're going to do your thing. That's all you needed was that word. And you went and you acted upon that word and you changed your life and you made yourself worthy of this. Kapow, you made yourself worthy of that. And this here, this is a step up from Abraham's bosom, y'all. This is not Abraham's bosom right here. This is a step up. Abraham's bosom is like another earth. There's things in Abraham's bosom that you identify with, right? There's springs of water, there's green grass, there's beautiful flowers, there, you know what I mean? Abraham's bosom is another pocket of like earth that the Most High in Christ made, right? According to Abraham, for Abraham, right? Now, if you walk to the edge of it, you'll see something else over across the way, which is torments, right? Luke chapter 16, we went into it before. We read all of that, read through there. This ain't that, y'all. This is a secret place that we're not supposed to know about, right? It's in the scriptures, but we see how it's in the scriptures, right? We wouldn't know what this was talking about, right? We wouldn't know what that was talking about. This is hidden. What about 1 Corinthians chapter 13 when it's saying all mysteries, right? This is one of them mysteries. This is one of them mysteries, fam. And this is only one. But that says you know all mysteries. But guess what? If you lack that charity, buddy, it shall profit you nothing. Now, if I'm sitting here and I'm big and bad and I use this to step on everybody, right? And to be on a high horse, then guess what? I would ruin my chance. Yeah, you was there. You was talking about the sapphire and the earth, but guess what? You're fired, buddy. So no, that's why I got to be rich in this charity as well. And that's why you guys are going to see me be rich in this charity. You're going to continue to see this. You're going to continue to see me speak peace, right? Yes, yes, yes. Glory be unto the Most High, whose name is indeed a high. That is his name, right? And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his works. It shall be, right? He had to add the shall be on there because he's reminding us this is going to go down, folks. This is going to go down. This shall be. What is that? That's his name right there. Ahia. Right? Shall be. To exist. Shall exist. Come to pass. When you look on H 1961, it's saying all of this stuff. It's everything that has to do with existing, right? So you looking at it, you like fall out, come to pass, and you don't understand what you're looking at. Everything that exists, even if it don't exist right now, even if it's coming later, it's attached to him because he had to be first. There was a time when you didn't exist. There was a time when Christ didn't exist, right? Before he made his son, he made wisdom. You see that? All praise to the Most High. It can be understood if you want to understand it, right? Last one, y'all. Psalms 19 and 9 through 11. The fear of the Lord is the beginning, or is clear. Let me start that over. I messed it up. The fear of the Lord is clean. It's clean. It's not dirty, right? Enduring forever. It doesn't die. It stays. It stays the same. You will always be scared of him because you know what he could have done with you. You know at any minute what he can do with you, what he can turn your existence into, right? The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. So if he should do you bad, it'll be righteous. Tell me you wouldn't deserve it. Yeah, you would deserve it. But it's true and righteous, right? So that's what we got to do. We got to make ourselves to deserve his goodness, right? He tells us what to do. He tells us how we can be obedient to him and always stay on the right side of what his judgments, his decisions that he makes. That's what a judgment is. A judgment is, I'm doing this, and then he does it. Now, where does that leave you? Right? At one time, he said, I'm doing this, and he did it, and then now we have the ghetto. The ghetto don't have to be the ghetto, y'all. We could be the big bad children of Israel from the tribe of Judah, right, with gold and stuff hanging off of our clothes, right? And just miles of pretty green, right, vegetation and just, fruit and food and just produce. And that's the only place the earth is getting it from. Ain't no stores. And nobody else is growing. But we're going to get it from the Israel because we want to eat from the hands that God guided, right? So we're just, right? And we're feeding the earth. You see that? And the whole earth is looking to us for everything, to be fed, for righteousness, for everything. And there is no money. There is no money. Ain't no money. What do you want? Build it, right? You start building something right now, they going to pull up on you and ask you what permits you got, right? You see that, fam, right? We're paying for water. I dug this well. If you want water, come on, get you some water, but bring your pocketbook, right? Nah, it shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. Come on, get you some water. I got water here, I got water, and then when I spin around, I got a field full of food. What do I need? I got my house here that I built stick by stick with you know what I mean? That's how the Most High meant it. It was Satan that pulled up and said, no, money, cash, right? Need all your cash, right? Yes. Charging us for an apple. If you had a tree, they couldn't do that, huh? That's over, ain't it? That's over. Do you guys see what I'm trying to do? When your food is in your field and your electricity is coming from the sun and hitting your panels, right? Hitting your solar panels. Who do you owe money to? Who do you owe? Who can tell you anything? Land tax? When you got your land, you got your house, and you're the landlord. What are you going to do? Take money out your left pocket and put it in your right pocket? Who do you pay? You understand? You see what the Most High got us on? Buy your life back. Buy your life back. Now, when you got all of this land, what do I care if somebody's over there? What do I care if you pitch your tent and start putting your sticks together, building your house, right? And me and you have that understanding. And I have this certain portion of land that I want for myself. But man, set up over there, you know? Go down the way a little bit, set up. I don't mind having my brother right there and his family. All praise it to the Most High. We come together, we put our heads together, right? How do you earn it? Get out here and farm with me. We gonna farm. We gonna have this. We gonna see this food start raising up, right? We're gonna eat. That's what it was. That's what you don't work, you don't eat means. It don't mean go to a plant, right? No, that's not the plant. The plant is what we're planting, right? Why do you think they call that a plant? They lie. That ain't a plant. Ain't no plant in there. Ain't no bushes growing in there. No, it's conveyor belts and boxes and stuff. And you know what I mean? Plastic. The devil's material. Plastic is the devil's material, y'all. And it causes cancer and all of that. We know that. Let's wake up out there. Right? It's not nothing strange that I got on. This is the Most High, the one who you say you serve. Pay attention. Right? Glory be unto his holy name and his mercy. And his mercy be unto us, right? Me and you. Verse 10, more to be desired are they than gold. What? The fear of the Lord. That clean fear of the Lord should be desired more than gold. What else? Enduring forever to the end. That should be desired more than gold. Right? And that's what they did. They got us with the gold. That's what they did, right? The judgment of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. That's what we should desire more than gold. We should desire the favor of the Most High more than gold. So we're dealing with stuff and we're desiring that stuff and it ain't even gold. Right? This stuff ain't even gold. It's not even gold. It's a look. It's a feeling. Right? It's some other type of a reward. Right? It's some temporary reward. A couple months later, it ain't even worth nothing, right? It's the past. See that? Moreover, to be desired are they than gold. Yea, that much fine gold, than much fine gold. So it wasn't just a piece or a little box. It was much fine. It was Scrooge McDuck, right? You were swimming in it, right? Sweeter also than honey in the honeycomb, right? What is honey? They just dripped you off some. What is honeycomb? That's where they dripped you from. That's what the honeycomb, right? That's the mother of the little drips and drops and the sips of honey that you got, right? The little ounces, that's coming from a mother. That's the honeycomb, y'all. Right? So not only just what was dispersed, but the big the gondola, right? The station where it's coming from, that's the comb, y'all. It's sweeter than all of that. It's sweeter than all of that. 11, moreover, by them is thy servant warned. You've been warned. Choose this. Don't choose that. That's a warning, right? And in keeping of them, there is great reward in keeping of them. So the person doing the warning, is great reward in that, right? You think he's going to tell somebody and they're going to latch on to the greater reward, and that, you know, for even speaking it, you had a reward in that. But the people you convert, they converted. They would have been on something else. So for your fruit, right? You're rewarded for that as well. And oh man, you're going to have payment coming from so many places. But guess what? If you hurt your feelings, then you got a reward coming for that too. So you got to be careful, right? You roll over on the love, then you're going against what covers the multitude of sins, right? Glory to the Most High. All right, it's been blessed, y'all. I hope y'all, what am I talking about? I hope. We don't hope nothing. I pray y'all have a beautiful Sabbath, y'all, and y'all continue to enjoy your Sabbath, right? Give the Most High all the glory, all the honor, all the praise. Show y'all that one more time, right? What does it say? And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work. A paved work of what? A paved work of a sapphire stone. There it is. There's that sapphire stone, right? And what else was it? As it were, the body of heaven. This is the body of heaven. Looks like that, don't it? Nah, these are little souls. Took a whole bunch of itty bitty little dots to make what you're seeing here. It's a whole bunch of little itty bitty little souls, right? That's the body of heaven that you're looking at. The body, the different parts that make up what heaven is. This is the body of Christ, right? Boom, right there. Right? As it were a sapphire stone. That's a sapphire stone. Boom. Right? And as it were the body of heaven. It's the body of heaven. Right? In his clearness. So when he wants to be clear, when he wants you to see crystal clear, you will know what that is, right? And you won't deny that it looks just like this. Wow. Yikes. Okay, y'all. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy your Sabbath. I love y'all. Right? Read First Corinthians. Hold on. Look, no, we can't wear. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? No, we got a chapter to read. We got 13 verses to read, don't we? Yes, we do. Let's go to the golden chapter. Let's go to the realm of this. The most important book in the Bible. Let's go to it. And if it offends you that I say that, then who are you? Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy, right? That's what everything is hanging on out there. What everybody could bring out in the scriptures. But guess what? You bringing it out, yeah. But guess what else? An understanding of all mysteries, right? So you even understand the electric blue, right? You have all knowledge, then you're gonna be able to just pull out nonstop mysteries, right? And though I have the faith so that I can remove mountains, right? You're moving them mountains. You're like, hey, check this out. Move mountain. And the mountain is pointing at. Though you could do that now and have not charity, then guess what? I am nothing. You are nothing. So what? Right? You're not going to be welcome in that realm we just showed. You won't be there. You're going to be somewhere else. That's why all of this stuff, what does it profit? It means nothing. So what? It looked good in the earth. You could fool the people in the earth, right? But guess what? When your heart stopped, baby, you was in all kind of trouble, wasn't it? Yeah. 3, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, don't matter what you gave away. Yeah, you gave away all kind of goods. Guess what? To back a lie. To back where you lied, brother. Right? To make your lie look better. So it dies when that lie dies. Right? That don't matter that you bestowed all your good to feed the poor. And though I give my body to be burned, it don't matter. Yeah, go ahead. Throw your body on the altar and burn it up, right? What's the difference in between that and you putting yourself through all kind of physical stuff in the earth? That's the same thing. You're giving your body to be burned. But guess what? You can do that, and ain't not a drop of charity in your heart. You will walk in the store, you will walk right past them homeless people, hungry people, and feel nothing, right? Your brother, your Israelite brother will run up on you, and you will have it. You will have it to give to him 1,000 times. But guess what? I ain't giving you nothing, brother. Go to work, right? Why can't you work? That ain't the attitude we take. What attitude do we take? We give them a little something and we drop them off at work. That's what we do. We don't just send them to work. Don't tell them just go to work. Take them to work. Oh, they're hiring right there. Go in there, run in there, right? What good is it if you say, go do this and tell them go your way? That's what the scripture says. Don't give them advice and tell them to go their way. Not take them to the advice, right? Make sure they get it. Lay eye contact with them. You got it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, all right. I'll see you later. Then you can depart when you see them have it, right? Yes, yes, yes. That's charity now, right? But if you don't do that and have not charity, that's what, if you don't do that, what's next? It profiteth me nothing. Then what the Most High got to pay you for? That's what the Most High going to ask you at the throne. What'd you do for my children? Not your children, my children. What did you do for my children? Right? All praise to the Most High. 4, charity suffereth long. That's long. Ain't all that suffering long? Oh, man, you suffering long. He still ain't got it yet. You got to come in at another angle. Right? This is just helping people, folks. Right? Yes, yes, yes. And it's kind. It's kind through it all. You ain't making them feel like no burden, right? Charity envy if not. Oh, what if they should come out all of a sudden? They got more than you. Like, whoa, I'm the one sent you in there. Man, you came out. Oh, guess what they doing up in there, man? I did this and a little bit of that. And look what they gave me, right? And it's 10 times more than your whole life. Doing what you gonna do. You can't envy. You'll be even more happier than, oh man, that's wow, right? I still got mine. What I had when I decided to help you, you went in there, you got 10 times my life, right? Why does it not envy? Because what's in the next comma? Charity vaunteth not itself. It's not all about itself and all like that, right? What else? It's not puffed up. It's not full of pride. All of that is pride. That's your pride that's hurt. When you envy, right? And when you're looking out for your own, that's because you want to stack something up for yourself and stand back and say, yeah, look, all that is mine. And that's not the right spirit to do anything in, right? You feel like, what do? You got to take that stuff from somewhere else to stack yours up. Wrong. Itself, right? It vaunteth not itself and is not puffed up. You'll end up puffed up. If you're winning, you'll be puffed up. If you feel like you're losing and somebody's trying to take something from you, that's pride that jumps up and, hey, you better get out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Charity don't do none of that, right? Take it, right? And if you stole it, they're going to pray for you. Father, I know they stole. Father, have mercy on them when you show them what you show them, right? This is the heart that we trying to create here. This is the heart that we're trying to put more hearts like this to the earth, right? All praises to the Most High. And it's a few of us. It's a few of us. Glory be unto the Most High. Shout out to you. You know who you are, right? You know who you is. Tribe does not behave itself unseemly, right? Repugnant attitude, right? Horrible, right? You say something about it and they say, no, I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to make it worse than what you complained about, right? That's unseemly, right? Like, wow. Why would you go that low, right? Seeketh not her own, back to vaunteth not itself. Seeketh not her own, right? It's not seeking. Now, it already is what it is. Everything already belongs to it. It's impossible for it to seek itself. See that? All praise it to the Most High. Yes, yes, yes. It's not easily provoked, right? You can't get it to act a fool with you, right? It's going to take a lot to get that to happen, right? Thinketh no evil. It's not sitting there thinking all nasty about you, right? 6, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth, right? It don't rejoice in sin. It rejoices in the truth, right? So you're going to take all of this up here and you're going to believe that you can roll over on it with some iniquity and it's going to show you some resistance, right? It's not willing to sin in the name of love, right? No, no, no. No, no, no. You want to see if I'm a punk or not? Try to push some iniquity on me, right? Try to make me sin, right? Like the Maccabee brothers and their mother, right? Try to force some pork in my mouth, right? Just because you feel like it. And you'll see, right? Yeah. It rejoices in the truth, right? And it rejoiceth not in iniquity. You want to see it not rejoice? Push iniquity on it, right? 7, beareth all things. It's going to bear it, though, to the death, like the Maccabee brothers did, right? To the death. It's going to bear it all, right? It's going to wear it all on its back, and it's going to be transparent. It ain't hiding nothing. It's going to bear all. It's going to tell whatever message is going to help you, right? Believeth all things. It believes all things, right? It's not religious. And if you bring them any message outside of what they already know, you're in trouble. They're not going to believe that even when they have no more reason to stand on what they're standing on. They're still just going to be a parakeet because they don't know how to answer you no other way. And they're going to go in circles. You ever saw that? You ever saw that big believing Christian? Oh, he's going to take you back to a scripture that you already obliterated that made them say, okay, well, look at this. And they're going to take you somewhere else. And you're going to crush that. And then they're going to take you where they had you at first. And it's like, brother, we already, you know what I mean? You already got hit in the head and got up running from there, right? Why are you going back there? Right? They don't know how to believe all things. That's something new comes your way, and you give it all you got to understand it if it's true or false. And if you find it true, baby, you got to get off of what you was on before. That's what's stopping these people from doing that. They saw what happened between me and others, right? And no, I wasn't saying come with me. Don't come with me. But trap when you see one, right? All praise to the Most High. Believe all things was a lot of people's problem. What is that? That's faith, right? It's good to have faith, but make sure not having faith against faith, right? That's dumb, right? Hope if all things. Hope gotta be in all things, right? You gotta hope for the best, right? So if you're hoping, that's backwards. You're not gonna miss the best, right? Because your hope is in the right place. You're gonna be like lads. You're gonna be able to just boop back, boop, and just get across the water, right? You're not gonna say, I love this lily pad, so I'm not jumping to the next lily pad so I could get out of this water, right? And then here comes that alligator, just gonna chomp you. It's gonna chomp you in the lily pad you standing on, right? Yak, done, right? Yeah. So we can get stubborn in our hopes and in the things that we have faith in, where we start ignoring things. Nah, we gotta hope all things. We gotta be able to hop off of what our prior stage and onto a new stage, y'all. Don't let the stage you on hinder you. It's gonna happen everywhere you jump. Cool. There's gonna be something else that threatens that. Don't let them take you down. Right? Yes, yes, yes. And endure for all things. So it's not gonna be all pleasant. Sometimes you're gonna jump from one lily pad to another, and the last one you was at, and man, it was more comfortable, right? All praise to it was more comfortable. You see that? Yes, yes, yes. It was more comfortable. What they say? You brought us out here to die. When they left Egypt, man, he was trying to give them their own nation. They was crying to be back in Egypt in slavery. See that? No, when you step into something new, endure all things. Endure that. It's going to get uncomfortable sometimes. Work through that. So what? Work through it, right? 8, charity never faileth, right? But whatsoever, right? But whether there be prophecies, the day is going to come, it's going to be like, okay, well, why you didn't follow them? Why you didn't know that all of these scriptures was leading you to 1 Corinthians chapter 13? Why you didn't know that, right? Them prophecies gonna fail you, buddy, right? Whether there be tongues, all of them languages you know how to speak. What did you tell those folks, right? What did you tell them? Did you tell them something charitable and help them in those languages that you know? Nah, you didn't do that? Oh, well, guess what? Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. It's gonna vanish away, buddy, and you're gonna vanish with it. Right? 9. But we know in part. You knew in part, right? It's a lot of ways a brother would break down, right? Exodus chapter 24, verse 10, right? I'm very curious to know what is this, brother? I'm gonna go to them all. General Yohana, what is this? Right? Bishop Nathaniel, what is this, my brother? Can you break this down? Take it to him, y'all. Take him this. What is this? What is this, sir? Right? Where I come from, brother, what is this? Right? We know in part, y'all. and we prophesy and put our mouth and start prophesying, it's going to be the pieces and parts that we know, ain't it? They ain't going to be able to give you that, right? 10. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part goes out the window. That's why it's done away. It just told you why those prophecies and those tongues, it just told you why they ceased. It just told you why all that knowledge was in part. That's why it vanished away. When the real thing come and the full understanding come, you don't need them pieces and parts no more, do you? They go out the window, right? Now it's going to land back on that. When that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part, it shall be done away. It goes out the window. And it's going to make that clear another way. It's going to give you another parable. When I was a child, I spake as a child. You spoke what you knew. You know? Mom, Dad, why can't I go outside? Right? And even after they told you, you went on, right? You went back in your room and you slammed the door and you was in there mad, right? I spake as a child. Mom, Dad, right? I understood as a child. Cuz, son, I don't want you out there, period. Dang, why they don't want me out there? Because it's dangerous out there, son. There's some things going on out there. I'm going to let you go out another time. You got to stay in for now. I understood as a child. Oh, they just don't want me to go. They don't think I'm wise enough to not go get in trouble, right? You understood as a child. You thought as a child, right? You thought they didn't know what they was talking about, right? You thought you could have went out there and ran the streets and not got into trouble, right? You thought as a child. But when you became a man, now we grown, right? And all of our friends is in prison and dead, right? You put away childish things. You understood as an adult, right? You understood what your parents understood when they was telling you what they was telling you. And now you appreciate them, right? And guess what? They're old and gray and curled up, and it's time for them to go to the upper blue, right? All praise to the Most High, right? And now we cherish our parents, right? Yes, yes, yes. Verse 12, for now we see through a glass darkly. We're trying hard to see, right? But it's a glass and it's dark. It's not a mirror. It's a glass and it's dark, right? But then face to face, then we start seeing our face in that glass, right? What is that? When you start seeing your face, right? That's when you start putting away them childish things. That's when all the childish things is put away. And that's when, which is done as part, shall be done away with, right? Then that which is done in part, right? All of these, it's just telling us the same thing like 3 different times right here. Right? Then shall I know even as I am known. Right? That's when you're seeing. That's when all the childish things are gone. Right? That's when all the pieces and parts been done away. And you're seeing, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. So you're going to see yourself in that fully too, and everybody else, right? So that's done. Now this here is going to do it again. And now abideth faith, hope, and charity. You'll see those 3, but you will not see that these 3. But you will not see, but the greatest of these is charity. That's the last thing you're going to see, is that the greatest thing is charity, y'all. That's the last thing you're going to see in this life. So when you see a brother, he's militant, he's brutish, right? He's crushing everything. He's, nothing matters. Oh, shut up. This and that. Oh, right? He's going to pull his book out. Blah, 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 right? And he's rough and he doesn't care and shut up and get out of here and run home and cry. Who cares? Right? or when he can roll over on another brother, right? Just because of who I am, and I got this great big old church, and you're nothing. You're only one guy, and I can crush you and send you home crying, right? And me and my big old congregation, we just chumming it up and just giggling and hobnobbing, right? Know how far these people are from charity. No, you haven't gotten here yet, right? You haven't known yet, even as also you were known. Who? The heavens, y'all. The Most High Christ, the Holy Spirit, and all the hosts of heavens. Are they going to welcome you home? Or are they going to say, nah, you went with the other guy? When the other guy left from heaven, yeah, you became a part of what he had going on. You're not a part of us. A part of us is going to do what? This last word here, the greatest of these is charity. Shabbat Shalom, I love you with my whole heart, right? Glory be unto the Most High. Enjoy your Sabbath, y'all. Shabbat Shalom.